Hello, welcome to Around the House with Kay and Tom, and today I'm going to see if I can get this brisket ready to get it separated and get it ready to have a flat and a point and trim off the fat and get it ready to go. So let me get started with it. Now I've done a lot of research on this. I watched a lot of people do it, and it's pretty much the same no matter who you see do it. See that? Alright, now see, this is hard fat. They say anything that's hard like that, you know, you might as well cut it off because it's not even going to render down. So we're just going to start, and if I nick a little piece of meat or something here, well, that's alright too, but you got to make sure you get some of that off right now. You don't want to get completely all the fat off because you got to have some of the fat for flavor, you know. And this takes a while. Now I've seen the pros in there do it, and some of them takes up to 30-40 minutes to do it. So I'm not going to bore you with all that, but I'm going to show you how you get started with it here, and how awkward it is to mess with, and try not to cut your finger off. In the meantime, see all that, you just got that little bit there. Now they say you can keep all this to make sausage or mix it with other types of meat and make different things out of it. Okay, let me get started over here on this side. Lots of fat. I think one guy I was watching do this the other day said his brisket was 18 pounds when he started with it. When he finished trimming it up, it was about 10. So I guess it's how much you want it trimmed up. Alright, I'm going to get a little bit further along with it, and then I'll turn the camera back on. I know you don't want to sit here and watch this, so I'll be back. Okay, now I've turned it over on the other side, and there's a big piece of fat right here cut off on the edge there. And then we'll tackle this. This is very hard right in here. So we'll start on it like this. And don't never cut toward yourself like this. You're always supposed to cut away from yourself. Like that. I'm sure after you do one or two of these, it gets easier. And I tell you right now, I'm about ashamed to admit it, but every time I'd ever get one of these before, I would just always cut it in sections like that, you know, put it in the freezer. I know you're supposed to separate the flat from the point and all that good stuff. Nowadays, all this fat's supposed to come off here either. Now you can see how deep I'm cutting here, and I'm still not getting into the meat. I'm still just in the fat. Whoops, now I'm starting to get to the meat, gotta slack off. Don't want to get rid of that much. Keep from it. Yeah, now back out of it again. I'll show you how much. I didn't hit much, just a little bit there. Tell you what, you need some sharp knives when you start this. And I thought this was pretty sharp, but I'm beginning to wonder now. Now, I'm beginning to see how you can start out with 10 pounds and wind up with, start out with 18 pounds and wind up with 10. Because this is a lot of fat. Now, let me finish doing this like this, and then I'll be back again when we get ready for another section here. Okay, now finally I'm getting ready to try to separate the point from the flat, I think. I'm going to tell you right now, this is not quite as easy as the pros make it look on YouTube. So anyway, I sort of follow this, from what I understand now, you have to follow this fat line. Let's see if it's easier to get to on the other side. And like I say, I'm not really even sure that this is the way you do it. But this is the way it looks like they did it. But I'm beginning to have my doubts. Anyway, if this is not the way to do it, you still got you a couple of nice trimmed up pieces of brisket right here. You still see some of this hard stuff right here, this hard fat. Every time I see some, I like to go ahead and whack it off. I can just see the comments down below now. That's not the way you do that. Are you stupid? Hey, this is my first time trying it. And right or wrong, I'm going to eat it. And I'm going to show you how I cook it from time to time. Alright. Now, got more of this hard fat down in here. See, you're just barely touching the meat. That's tough stuff right there. Like I say though, you don't want all of it off because you need some of it for flavor. I was going to tell you who I watched do this and give me the idea that I could do it myself, but now I don't want to say, and he didn't get that idea from me. You know, so maybe I'll wait till I do another one that looks a little better before I give credit to anybody. Because I'm sure there's not probably anybody want to take credit for this one. Well, that looks pretty good right there. I'm going to get off some of this little stuff right here. Now some of this stuff just don't look appealing to me. Like that little spot right there. You know, it just doesn't look good, so don't look good to me now. It probably wouldn't look good on my plate, so I'm going to cut it off. Get over here on this cutting board. Now, like I say, that don't look too awful bad. And you're going to see me cook it and eat it. So, not on this video, but in the videos coming soon. Coming to YouTube soon. Alright. Now that looks pretty good. Keep seeing little stuff I want to pick off. If I keep on though, there won't be any fat on here. But every time I feel one of these little pieces of hard stuff like that, I just feel like I ought to take it on, especially being the people I've heard talk about say that real hard stuff like that don't render down very good. And so it just makes your food taste fatty. There. Now I think that's all I'm going to do to that. And then we'll work on this other piece over here for a while. In the meantime, we'll put this piece in the fridge. then we'll visit him at a later date. And now to get back to this, there's a big chunk of that hard stuff again, hard fat. And now, it's just like those guys say, if you was doing it for competition, which I'm a long way from doing a competition brisket, but if you was doing it for competition, you'd go ahead and make this look a whole lot nicer. And even most of them do. Most of them do it for backyard barbecues, which this is going to be. Don't cut my hand off. Cutting towards me. Yeah, and there's some more of that. Yeah, just about every time you cut a piece of that off and you put it in your hand, you say, I'm glad I cut that off. You know, so you just keep on keeping on with this thing. You get it down just as much fat off of it as you want. And I'll tell you something else too, the colder it is when you're cutting on it, the better it is, the easier it is to work on. Because once it gets up to about room temperature, which this is getting close to, it's it makes it a little tougher to handle and to cut. Anyway, now the next time you see these, they're either going to be in the Ninja Foodie Deluxe or in the smoker outside, and I don't know which. Y'all don't seem to like the smoker outside as much as you like the Ninja Foodie Deluxe. So that's what I base my videos on what to do, which one y'all like. But we'll do it both ways. Especially this piece right here. Because I'm really thinking I'm pretty much going to cut this piece in half. Right here. Now see, this even feels tough right here in this middle. I mean, it's hard. And so I'm thinking that I'm going to cut this in half. And I'm going to do half of it on the grill outside and the other half in the Ninja Foodie Deluxe, and just see which one is best. Now that would make a pretty decent video. However, then if I do it all at one time like that, I have so much meat on my hand I have to go around and give it away and such. But I hate to just throw it in the garbage. Try not to do that. Get caught sometimes, but not very often. Okay, I'm gonna call that about it for this little video, and I know you guys that really know what you're doing, you're saying, boy, you sure did make a mess out of that, and I probably did, but like I say, it's not for competition or nothing. That's going in the backyard or in the Ninja Fuji Deluxe. And so I'm about going to call it quits on this. And like I said, I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to cook half of it in the Ninja Fuji Deluxe, and the other half in on the smoker outside. First I want to show y'all this one more little thing. I want to show you. I hope you stay tuned to the end here so you can see. Now that's the fat we cut off of this brisket. Right there. Now look at that. I guarantee you that weighs 3 or 4 pounds. So that's a bunch. So, you know, if you got some good use for it, that's fine. You know, but if you don't have any use for it, that's bad. I don't have to throw it in the trash because I don't have any use for it. I guess I could grind it up, but there's not enough meat in it to make hamburger out of. You know, but so I don't know. I might do something with it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this little video as much as I did, and I know a lot of you will say, don't do that way, and that's why I'm going to put my video, don't do that way. So, till next time, y'all have a real good and safe day. Don't forget to wash your hands and stay away from everybody, and stay safe, and come back and see us as soon as you can, and stay home and watch videos with me. Watch all YouTube videos, watch mine first, and watch everybody else's. So until next time, goodbye now. Oh, by the way, don't forget to disinfect your counter after you're finished. You know, spray it down good. Give it a couple of minutes. After about 2 to 5 minutes, wipe it down with a paper towel good, or a good clean dry cloth. Look. Now see, that didn't show up on the counter, you couldn't see that on the counter till you started wiping it off. So you don't never know, you got to keep it clean. So that's it now, the end.